Hello, and welcome to Jasper Entertainment Today. I'm your host, Samantha O'Connell. We have an exciting lineup for today's show, so let's get right into it. For our first story tonight, it was another great show for Scatterbomb, Manhattan College's improv comedy troupe. While the group is no stranger to the stage, the show in particular was a bit different. What was it that made this show so unique? How about a different structure of routine? On April 9th, the comedy group debuted their bit show. This time, instead of a suggestion, the group had a collection of ideas in order to perform their sketches. It was the first time that the group tried this type of performance, and the show is definitely a success. Some program highlights included blindfold improv, hiking trip, and a live reenactment of Forrest Gump. While the scenarios were different, the group kept their same comedic timing and wit throughout the entire show. The only thing that did not change was how much the audience enjoyed the show. In other news, Manhattan College players performed their spring musical Little Women on Thursday, April 14th through Sunday, April 17th. The show starred graduating senior Joanne Malooly, who was the only senior in the show. Lindsay Burns recently sat down with Joanne Malooly and has a story for you.
Joanne Malooly has been performing since the 4th grade. She has always had a love for theater, and after graduating from high school, Malooly knew she wanted to continue performing in college. The senior psychology major, who hails from Rockland County, has been involved with Manhattan College Players, the student-run performance group on campus, since her freshman year. Malooly said that it was a hard decision not to pursue musical theater as a major in college, but she knows that no matter what, music will always have a place in her heart. As an active member of Players, Malooly has held many different roles during her 4 years at Manhattan College, but according to the Players director, Martin Marchito, this role was practically made for Malooly.
So I played Joe March.
According to Malooly, the show looks at the 4 March sisters living in Massachusetts during the Civil War. Jo lives during a time where girls are expected to go to balls and get married, but Jo dreams of becoming a world-famous writer and traveling throughout Europe.
I can button up my mind and keep my thoughts within the So it's been a great time learning about her and learning about myself, and a great role to play right before graduation.
Malooly has applied to a volunteer program to perform a year of service after graduation and is waiting to hear back from that, but she knows that no matter what, theater will always be a part of her life post-graduation. This is Lindsay Burns, reporting from Riverdale, New York.
Thanks, Lindsay. In this week's artist profile, Hugh Garrity traveled to Midtown Manhattan to talk to former MC student Sammy Bowers about her growing music career. Here is Hugh with the story.
Meet Sammy Bowers, a musician in New York City who is currently working on an album.
I have been working on my album for actively about 18 months.
But being a musician in New York City is not always the easiest.
A week in my life, Monday to Friday, from 9 to 5, I am in an office working for a startup company. Afterwards, some days I am going to class. Sometimes I'm enrolled in a voiceover class. So I'm learning stuff about voiceover for animation and cartoon and stuff, and using my voice as an actor, not just as a musician. Other times I'm working on my record, so I'm at a recording studio that I work out of on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. If I'm not doing that, I'm in a rehearsal space with musicians working on music for what's going into the studio in the next couple of days. And then on the weekends, I'm asleep.
What advice would you give to anybody who is considering a career in music or is a musician, or maybe someone growing up who maybe is thinking about it?
Advice I would give to somebody that wants to pursue music: do it. Because if you can say that even for 20 minutes of your life, if you can convince yourself that and you can say, I want to do music, and you look at how hard it's going to be and you think about how you're going to suffer financially and you think about how you're going to sacrifice social life and your own free time, and you can still come out of that at the other end and say, there is nothing that I would be happier doing. I won't be a full person if I don't do this. Do it. If you are interested in hearing more about my music, at my Facebook fan page, music page, which is Sammy Rae Music, SammyRae Music. My Twitter handle is @PianoGirlSammy, same Sammy with a Y. My Instagram, also a great place to keep up on what I'm doing and hear previews of my record, little videos of me in the studio. That's @SammyRaeMusic. And you can check my hashtag across all internet platforms, #SammyRaeMusic.
From Ripley Greer Studios in Midtown Manhattan with Samantha Bowers and Hugh Garrity.
Thanks, Hugh. Make sure to keep an eye out for her album coming soon. In sports, with things heating up during intramural volleyball season, teams are going to be getting more fierce and competitive than ever. Although intramurals are played just as a pastime, things can get pretty intense when you get down to it. In case you haven't heard of them, intramural sports are all about you. No coach, no unwanted team members. You gather together about 8 of your most athletic friends and about once, maybe twice a week, play against each other. To give some incentive to play, Students Activities gives t-shirts to the winners of the intramural championship. But the players really play just for bragging rights that come with winning. In other sports news, I recently interviewed Matthew Garvey about his injury and how he is recovering. Here's what he had to say. Today we have junior lacrosse player Matthew Garvey joining us here at Manhattan College. So you were injured last semester, right? What was your injury?
Well, I suffered a high ankle sprain in the fall. It was kind of a freak accident. It was actually right before fall ball started. We were doing a ground ball drill before practice on the softball diamond, and I went up to go pick up a ground ball, and I got to the softball mound and hit a divot and kind of just crunched my ankle and rolled it pretty bad. It was supposed to be 6 to 8 weeks, and I was out for 12, unfortunately. At Manhattan College, you have the best training staff in the country, led by Doug Straley. So he put me through a good physical therapy regimen, and he put me back on track to get back in on the field.
That's awesome. And how was your transition getting back on the field for the season?
It was tough, especially with the new coaching staff, because I wanted to get out there and show them what I could do. Definitely wasn't in my best shape because during the fall, it was a lot more running than we did this spring, so I had to really work, like when I was fully cleared over the winter, to run a lot. But during practice, every day in the fall, I was out with my crutches, just playing wall ball and getting my stick skills better.
That's awesome. That's dedication. Any motivation you want to give to the currently injured?
Yeah, just listen to trainers and their protocol, because they know exactly what they're doing and they put you on the right step forward.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. Back to you guys. Matt seemed to be in great spirits. Let's hope it shows in the upcoming season. And for our last story of the day, let's take a look at the popular Zumba class offered here at Manhattan College. Zumba is a high-energy fitness program that was founded in 2001. Within the past few years at Manhattan College, the dance-based exercise has garnered a cult-like following. Seniors Luke Hartman and Michelle Beltran are the masterminds behind the weekly classes offered at Manhattan College. Together, they teach classes every Monday and Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. in Alumni Hall. Hartman and Beltran welcome new participants every class. Hartman picks out the pump-up songs for the class to dance to. Each song has its own choreography, and class regulars instantly perk up when their favorite song comes on. There are no breaks during the hour-long class, but the dancers are encouraged to get a drink of water when necessary. The class hardly stops dancing during the hour, with the next song playing immediately after the previous one. With its fun music and high energy, this Zumba class is one of the most popular fitness classes offered at Manhattan College. From what I saw, that Zumba class looks like a lot of fun. So that's all we have for this episode on Jasper Entertainment. I'm Samantha O'Connell. Have a great day.